stay or not to stay? That is the question surrounding the Lord Nelson statue, the center of a debate that almost seems never-ending. This bronze statue, erected in 1813, even before the one in London, is a tribute to the impressive battles of Lord Nelson, who is much respected, but not by everyone. For example, historian Trevor Marshall. He says the story of Lord Nelson being a British naval hero who loved Barbados so much he saved it from French invasion, sacrificing his life in the process, is not accurate.
I have all the facts about it. He did not save Barbados. He did not like Barbados. He did not fight the Battle of Trafalgar for Barbados. 3 basic points.
He says the admiral's letters describe Barbados as detestable, and research proves he supported slavery, fiercely opposing abolitionists like William Wilberforce.
That is enough reason for it to be removed. If Nelson had lived, we can speculate that abolition of slavery would have come later.
However, Barbadians at that time still raised money to erect the statue in the then Trafalgar Square and gathered yearly to pay homage to their hero. But as time passed, many began to question the symbolism of the statue, and calls began for its removal. In 1990, after years of debate, the statue was moved.
Seemingly taking on a new lease of life, Nelson abandoned his old location shortly after 2:15 p.m. and faced the Treasury building and the Charles Duncan O'Neill Bridge.
But it moved only 8 feet from the original site as part of the government's redevelopment plan for the careenage.
And even though the admiral had resisted at least 3 previous attempts to remove him from his command post in the city, on November 18, 1990, it can be safely said he lost the Battle of Bridgetown City. But although the admiral lost the battle, he won the war for him to be removed completely.
And so it was, until an announcement early in 1999 made him even more of an unwanted guest.
The way is clear tonight for government to go ahead and rename Trafalgar Square National Heroes Square. This after the upper house gave the nod to a bill to bring about the change.
If you have already made a decision to rename Trafalgar Square Heroes Square, then there's no place there for Nelson.
Since there's only one pride of place in our capital city, the entrance to our city at the very gate, opposite the seat of power, Parliament, I think it is most appropriate that we should have the right symbolism there. We can't have both Nelson and our national heroes who fought and gave their lives, man like Bussa, who fought for freedom.
Take him down Nelson, take him down and move him out of Bridgetown.
On the other hand, many were opposed to any relocation of the statue and even to the renaming of Trafalgar Square.
A local construction magnate is offering $100,000 to set up a National Heroes Park so that Trafalgar Square can remain intact.
Senator Laurie has argued that by renaming the square, government may be taking other people's land or land belonging to the descendants of the people who purchased the Nelson statue.
Other people saw an individual as a hero. We do not have to accept their choice, but it was their choice, and I think that we have every reason to respect that choice.
I personally would feel a sense of loss when I walk through this area and I see this familiar statue gone.
We would wish that Nelson be preserved. We think that Nelson, whatever negative implications Nelson may have to some people, we believe that he has a tremendous amount of positive historical implications to Barbados.
Pressing onward, the square was renamed and the back and forth continued, with the question still floating, where should Nelson go?
Deputy Prime Minister Billy Miller is suggesting that Nelson should be relocated to Fort Willoughby.
If you want a position for Nelson, you can go down to the Pierhead, where anybody has access to him, who people claim that the visitors come and they want to see him. Okay, they can easily see him there.
There's a call tonight for the statue of Lord Nelson to be sold by auction to the highest bidder. It comes from Parliamentary Representative for St. Michael Northwest, Mark Williams.
Place Lord Nelson on the East Coast because he would be back in Barbados. We would like to see the back of him.
Today, the statue still stands in National Heroes Square amidst criticism. The African Heritage Foundation, based in Barbados, has vocally opposed the statue, with the movement starting last year recognized by the hashtag Nelson Must Fall. Director of the foundation, Ras Simba, says the removal is long overdue because of everything the statue represents. But in 2016 comments by the Minister of Culture, Stephen Lashley, he questions the practicality of removing Nelson.
How far do we stretch that debate in terms of removing other buildings and structures that really were used by persons who supported slavery?
But for now, and until the next chorus of criticism, the admiral remains the odd man out, standing boldly in Hero Square. Denyce Blackman, CBC News.